Hello, James here. Before I play this video, I haven't did a channel like this in a while, and it's about some black women and their mate that they choose, and I'm going to let the commentaries make their view on these recent strange, wild relationships, and I'll come back with my commentary.
Well, the 2024 Keisha send-off is going to be insane. It's going to be insane. The Brad worship. Who you looking at? Well, before I get into this ridiculous story right here, right? Salute to the brothers in the Patreon. I hope you're enjoying I just dropped 2 videos in there. 2 videos. Back to back. The first one is with Phil Donahue. He's going after these Keishas, man. He is going after these Keishas. He's like, hey, his basically his discussion to them is, hey, listen, you're following Becky.
At Visprint, we print signs so people can see your brand up close. But we also print signs so that people can see your business here. See it here.
His discussion to them is, hey, listen, you're following Becky. Why you following Becky? You get nothing for it. Becky's not recognizing you. You're bashing black men for no reason. You're not making any sense. Basically, he's going in on him. He's going in on him. Because one thing I see all the time is that, when Brad and Becky, Maria, Hector, anybody looks at Keisha and what she has done, right? And, Keisha throwing away their men, just so they can say, they're strong, independent, and while still being under the boot heel, of Becky. They look at them and they like, you are fools. You're fools. You threw away your men that was taking care of you. You decided to leave. You took Brad's crumbs, and now you're done out here. And so, it's this black men. This was in the 80s. In the 80s, and they had these discussions, and they had them in the 70s. Well, I digress. The video's in there. I will be doing a part 2 to that. Very interesting video. To the brothers in the Patreon, give your feedback. Salute to the brothers there. And then I dropped a video about this situation. In that video, this Keisha right here, she goes by the name of Cash Speaks. Cash Speaks. Cash with a K. She's on YouTube. She's a content creator, right? And in that video, she gets with a bottom shelf Brad. Wolfman Jack right here. Him right here. Bottom shelf Brad. She moved all the way from Massachusetts to Alaska. Not to move into his home. To move into his mother's home. And they had to move because he had warrants. He had did something real disgusting, and Keisha still got with him. He got into a car accident in 2017, and he injured his friend. It's 2024. She said that he's still in the hospital. What did you do to him? And you're on the run from that. You didn't want to take accountability for that, but you ran with him. You ran with him. No money. He has no money. wasn't working, what did they do? They moved to Alaska. She gets a car for him in her name. She's constantly beefing with his family. Beefing with the cousin, beefing with the mother. Until she finally ends up scrapping with the mother, and the mother kicks her out. Now, when the mother kicks her out, she says to him, this is who she's married to. This is the guy she's married to, by the way. She says to him, come on, let's go. You know what he said? No. No.
If you have diabetic macular edema, you never want to lose sight of the things you love.
A weekend? No. So she had to leave by herself. This is her husband. She had to leave by herself and go to a hotel. She had to go to a hotel. And here's the reason why she purchased this car. She purchased for him a $15,000 car, right? It's a Camaro, right? $15,000. They had to put $6,000 down, right? They put $6,000 down, which tells you their credit is shot. Sheesh. $15,000 car, you gotta put $6,000. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know, that's crazy. But anyway, they had to put $6,000 down, right? When they put $6,000 down, right? She gets him the car. Here's the thing. Here's the reason why she got him the car. She got him the car because the mother, the family, came up to him and said, hey, listen, we will buy you a car if you get a divorce. Now, if this is your wife and your family comes up to you and say something like that, you're going to tell them to kick rocks. Get out of my face. This is the woman that you married. This is the woman that you love. Either you deal with it or step off. No, you know what he did? He went to her and said, hey, this is what we can do. We can get divorced. I get the car, and then we can go and get married again. So, in order for that not to happen, she gets him the car. The thing is, now she's stuck with the balance. Because after the mother kicked her out, now she's in a hotel with the car and with the balance and with no money. And the insurance alone for this car is around $500 and change. So you got the car note, the insurance. I told y'all the insurance. You know, when I was breaking down, these Keisha's buying these cars and the insurance with the car note. They usually don't get get cars at like $15,000. That's kind of cheap for a car, right? Especially for a modern car, it's kind of cheap. Keisha usually get cars that's in the 30, 40, $50,000 range, sometimes $80,000 range, and they gotta pay, the insurance plus the car note. So they looking at around $1,500 in a car note, and that's the reason why they end up broke. But still, she had the $500,000 plus the balance, and had no money. So now she's homeless, right? And she's really waiting for him to come back. Really waiting for him to come back so, he can try to save. There's no saving. You went to a savior. Because that's what they look at as saviors. You went to a savior who couldn't even save himself. This is a bum. This is a loser. If this was a black man, she would definitely not even entertain the thought of being with this guy because he has nothing.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true.
Come on, he moved. You moved from Massachusetts to Alaska to be in his mother's home. That don't tell you anything?
Come on, sir.
He's a bum. He is a bum. Non-productive Brad. Nothing you can say or do would change the fact that he's a bum. And instead of just, keeping it moving, right? Keeping it moving. You know what she does? She goes back and try to, talk to him, try to, reconcile their differences. And you know what the cousin tells her? The cousin said, hey, listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. They trying to pay him off to divorce you simply because you're black.
That does happen. That does happen.
U.S. Bank has a business checking account that has no monthly maintenance fee and smart tools that make forecasting cash flow a walk in the park. Nice.
That's your reality, Keisha. That's your reality. And she was talking about she's so afraid. The reason why she wasn't trying to fight anything, because she's out there in Alaska. She's with this family, this Caucasian family, and all they can do is tell the police. She's just a lone black woman out there. You put yourself in that situation. See, here's the difference, Keisha, between. I said there's a huge difference. When black men get into these relationships with Becky, she's under his leadership. If the family don't like him, so what?
Mm-hmm.
They have nothing on his. Listen, if you don't like him, if that family don't like him, you know what ends up happening? If that family don't like him, you know what ends up happening? They just not invited to his house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They not invited to the house.
Mm-mm.
They not invited to the functions.
Mm-mm.
He not invited to nothing. He don't have to see them because it's his house. His house.
Right.
It's not the same. When you get with Brad, you know what happens? You're under his leadership, and wherever he goes, you goes. And if he leads you into dysfunction, if he leads you into a house that's not his, if he leads you into a situation where you will end up being homeless, well, that's what it is, and that's how it usually is. Because you chose him strictly off of skin tone. Nothing else, nothing more. And that's why you will always lose. There's a huge difference between brothers dating out, marrying out, and Keisha marrying out or dating out.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, they really don't get to marry out. What is that, 1%?
That's true.
Right? Brothers is at 26%?
That's true.
27%?
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's 27?
Mm-hmm.
So you really don't get the chance to do that. But when you do get a chance to marry out or date out, it's a total different situation for y'all because you're under his leadership, right? And he's going to lead you into dysfunction and degenerate actions. While under black man's leadership, he's going to lead whoever he's with into prosperity. And that's what it is. That's what it is.
You need insurance from changing life, like you left your job, got a husband and wife. If you turn 26, if you folks plan to help.
Before I know, like, being white is like, it makes you, you know, you automatically look better because you're white, right? even the black people on here that don't understand that that's how they think. But there's so many even black women on here that, like, they automatically take up for my husband because he's white. Not speaking for me, but just for other women. If a man almost kills you and he's double your size and you find a way to escape, always call the police. Call the police. Call the police.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. It's another episode of The Celebrity Jump. Man, I gotta really be honest. Rose Miller from the Queen of Kings YouTube channel has really got the world talking about her, despite being, I would say, extremely dusty in her content and, you know, really cheap and broke with how she produces it. Just to have a cell phone and no editing and to still cause up a storm like she does, give her a round of applause. It's out the show. We all know recently her husband, Brett Miller, was put into jail. I believe now that he is out, and I have some footage of that too. But we gotta really remember about Queen of Kings, Rose Miller and Brett Miller, and kind of the theory behind the relationship. Now, Rose Miller had 2 children, 2 black children with a black man, and how she says it is, you know, this particular father was not really in the kid's life. She met this guy, Brett Miller, the white guy. They had 2 more kids, and then he basically, you know, started taking care of all the kids, right? The step kids, you know, and her. I believe that, you know, he was a truck driver, or he is a truck driver. They moved from Arizona to Hawaii, and she always talks about how, you know, this man is her white savior. He stepped in, and so many black women have praised him for doing that, you know, taking care of black kids when the black father would not. And of course, this gave even more credence to the idea that, you know, black women would do well to expand their options and get a white man. But again, stop the show. Holes started occurring in this relationship. Now again, not to play this, but we need to again remember she exposed this about him on the live.
That's why I pretend that I'm not the one that paid the down deposit on our house. Let's not pretend that I'm not the one that paid for the ring, that I'm the one that paid for this whole life that we live. Let's not pretend that. Let's not pretend. Let's not pretend. Oh, okay. Let's not pretend.
So that exposure is about, you know, he's broke, he's not taking care of things, he's not doing this and that, and you can kind of see in that interaction she really has no respect for the guy. You know, she's down talking to the guy, she's, you know, not showing the man any level of respect and all of that, and which is unfortunate to be honest, right? This is sad. It's sad to, as a man that has stepped up, you know, for the fact that you love this woman and you're trying to help her kids, and then for her to come out and just talk to you like this, especially in front of the whole entire world. And again, he's trying to avoid her, right? This is also true of what happened the other day. She accused him of, you know, taking steroids. You know, they're on live. You don't really hear what's going on, but she's following the guy around in the house. He's trying to avoid her. Then all of a sudden, allegedly he puts his hands on her. Okay? Now, there was some footage that he went live after, you know, he was released from jail at some time or certain points in Hawaii. And this is what he had to say.
Y'all, I've been locked up for like 30 days. It's nice to get the fresh air in my lungs. I don't know if you guys saw the beginning of this. I had to escape, actually. What I did was like, I don't know if y'all seen Shawshank Redemption, but it took a while. Got out, thank God. But now I'm on the run.
Stop the cap.
Just to let you know, this man never talks down on her. I've never seen it. He doesn't call her crazy. He doesn't call her silly. You know, he basically does not insult her. But what does she say about him?
The only way, I'm not speaking for myself, I'm speaking for women. The only way that women act masculine is if they have to play a masculine role. If they're forced to provide and hold a family down, usually that causes them to exert more of a masculine energy. When they're able to rest in their femininity because the man is properly leading and doing his job, then she's able to rest in her femininity. So if you ever see a I'm not speaking for me, but if you ever see a woman with more masculine energy, it's likely because she's having to uplift and hold the family. Probably having to play more of a masculine role in life.
So in this instance, she's saying that, you know, the reason, if you ever come across women who are masculine, it's for the most part because their husband isn't taking care of situations. Now, it's interesting to me because, like I said, he works a regular job. They both have this content, right? Which makes a lot of money online. And we have to say that if it wasn't for the white guy being there, nobody would really watch her. I mean, she's not that interesting. She believes that she is, but she's not. If that white guy goes, I mean, you know, she'll probably just get another white guy in there, but nobody would really care about her. It's the whole interracial relationship where you have, you know, the storyline is the seller. You have a black woman that's kind of, you know, on kind of high strung. You have two black kids, two mixed kids living in the house. The storyline is great, and that's how people, you know, listen to it. But the reality is, when it comes to Rose Miller, she believes that all of this is her doing, and she doesn't really do anything besides go live and make, you know, kind of terrible content. They're not really great YouTube creators or anything. He has just as much ownership in this YouTube business than she does, plus he works an actual regular job, but she talks about him like she's doing everything and all of that. And I get it, being a mom is difficult and it can be hard, but check this out about what she says about him being one.
At Vistaprint, we print all the signs that help your small business stand out. We print tabletops that get your brand seen up close, and retractable banners.
What she says about him being white.
You guys find everything else. Did you guys find his baby mother yet and talk to his baby mother? Did you find her yet and see what she says about him? Or did you find the other many women that he's been with and see what they say about him? Did you guys ever do that? Before, I know, like, being white is like, it makes you, you know, you automatically look better because you're white, right? even the black people on here that don't understand that that's how they think, but there's so many even black women on here that, like, they automatically take up for my husband because he's white and he's quiet. Yeah, my personality being a lot more outspoken and loud will definitely have people confused. I'm not speaking for me, but just for other women. If a man almost kills you and he's double your size and you find a way to escape, always call the police. Okay? I'm reading some comments, and definitely call the police. Why would you call the police is like a weird question. If a man triple your size, actually, almost kills you and you find a way to escape and run out the stairs, out the door and down the stairs, definitely call the police. I'm just talking for women that go through stuff, not for myself. There's a lot of weird women on here with, like, projecting. Like, don't provoke if you know that. Girl.
So now you're hearing she's like, well, you guys give him, you know, special privileges because he's white, and because you think he's white, you think that, you know, he doesn't make any mistakes. But that's what you push on your channel all the time, that this guy is your white savior, your black baby daddy, you know, left you, or you broke up with him and a white man came and saved your life. And even look at this clip, 4.9 million views on TikTok. How I feel knowing I can be with a white man and still produce black men. This is what you have on TikTok. You put this up there on September the 3rd, right? But at the same time, you're out here, praising his whiteness. You're saying the guy is using steroids and he's abusive and he didn't whoop your ass and you need to call the police. Now, we're going to be honest though. You are antagonizing the guy. And you know what's so interesting? When Tasha K called you out for basically loving white men and hating on black men, at the end of that, you want to know what you had to say?
I look at your comments.
Where's the example of me bash of me?
I can pull.
Go ahead.
Girl, do you want me to pull the? Would you like to see the receipts of you
I would like to see
praising your white husband to piss off black men because black men did you
If
wrong?
black men are pissed off, Tasha, they need to do better.
You said black men should just do better. That's what your position was. Black men should do better. Now, you have a white man that, as you would say, is not doing better. You had your first baby daddy, in which you said that that person wasn't doing better. When the reality of it all is this white guy or that black guy, both of them would do well to do and be far as away as possible from you. It just goes to show you that so many people try to make this a race thing, when a lot of these ladies, or even some of the men that do this, you have your own personal issues and your own personal vendettas, and then what you do is you take your problems to another community. And other groups don't deserve that. For example, I'm living here in Uganda, okay? Whatever problems that I have or issues that I may want to have, I may have in America, I do my best to leave my problems somewhere else,
Right.
all right? I'm not supposed to be coming
I
here to
agree with you on
Africa
that one.
and then making somebody suffer because of my issues
Right.
and my problems. But this is what you get your swervers doing.
Right.
We tired of black men. We can't date black men. Let's go get a white man. And then you go and you have the same issues, or you get the same kind of low quality person you would get in your community, and now all of a sudden it's their fault. And now she's saying the guy is 3 times bigger than me, he's assaulting me and all of this, which is bad, right? I get that. But what I do see in the video was you antagonizing him, you following him around. The guy was trying to get away from you and all of that. And then there you are saying the guy is now trying to hurt you. When I thought, from what I saw, you were being the aggressor. Now again, you should never hit women, but at the same time, I have seen this lady be the aggressor towards this man a lot, all right? And I don't even get why she decides that she wants to continue acting like this or to continue to do this. So, anyways, guys, you better make sure that you pick, very wisely what kind of women that you will deal with.
Very
Otherwise, you'll end up dealing with somebody like her. So,
Right.
guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea D. Jackson back at it again with another episode of
Divester Babble. Divester Babble is a technique used by divestors, wannabes, and confirmed to hide the true nature of their own feelings. Generally, divester babble involves blaming black men for why they seek white and non-black men, but when you get the divester alone and comfortable, its true feelings come out. Take a listen.
Searching for meat, white meat, this bitter and heat. It doesn't matter where it comes from, as long as it's white.
I literally just told you that my idea is to have women expand their horizons. I was never looking for a white man when I found him. I was actually with the Filipino guy. Actually, at the exact time.
You found him. He didn't find you. He
I
found
was with the Filipino time at the exact Filipino man at the exact time that I got with my husband and a black man before that. So I wasn't looking for white men only. I got with one, and now it is my preference. It wasn't before when I found him. Now it is my preference. So it's just preference. Like I don't feel like it's like, oh, you're like stop dating completely. No, it's just my preference. Is your preference black men?
My preference are all men.
Oh, okay, mine too. And
Yeah,
I love
but
that for you. And that's what I'm
here's the thing, I don't need to put down a black man to put up one. You literally put down black men to put up your white husband.
Wait,
and
when
if
did I
you
do that?
cut him out, because your attitude, I'm gonna be honest with you, is the reason why a lot of black men don't want to be fucked with us, right? You're giving that same attitude that black men complain about to a white man. And you're saying, oh, because he takes it, because he's more meek than a black man, because he appears stronger than a black man, then he must be better than a black man. It's no different than a black
My
man that
husband is
takes
better than any man of
said that,
any
oh,
race
black
because
women
he's
are
my
this.
husband. Not because of his race. My man is better than any man of any race because he's my husband. But
Honestly,
what I want to say to you is,
Go ahead.
what I want to say to you is, like I said, this isn't about, when did I bash? But you,
Girl, you bashing your videos all the time. I look at your comments.
where's the example of me bashed of me?
I can pull. Girl, do you want me to pull the? Would you like to see the receipts of you
I would like to see
praising your white husband to piss off black men because black men did you
If
wrong?
black men are pissed off, Tasha, they need to do better.
No, this is all.
We should talk
If
about
we don't want to deal with black men at all.
With all men and not black men. Just not black men.
Well, is there any women here who don't want to deal with men, period, or is it just black men, or is it a mixture?
It's just black men, and we actually want non-black men's help in this corrections that you speak of.
So what are the corrections that you're looking for specifically?
Force, because that's the only thing that's gonna work.
But I mean, what are you looking for black men to arrive at? A place of understanding of like what do you want to see?
Well, we
change?
believe that there is no hope for them. That we don't believe in changing them.
No, or you want to be a house nigga.
That'd be fine.
That'd be fine for you?
Yeah, I'll work with that.
Alright, so check it out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have all of the niggers who wanna like get with the program, you'll be tattooed with this. We'll tattoo this on you so we know that you're a slave. What do you think?
Yeah.
You like that?
Like on my cheek.
Yeah, we'll put it all over.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah, we'll put it right here on the forehead. Yeah.
I just wanted to stand. They have a nigger on my lips. Like, you know how you get lit?
Yeah. We can put nigger on your lips and we'll put the swastika right there.
Alright, yeah, that'll work.
But we're gonna have to shut down all the weave stores, so you just have an afro.
Oh, no. Yeah, well, that's okay.
Yeah, you just have an afro. There'll be no more weave stores for you guys to like get the.
White girl here. Yeah, Sam. You kind of got the same. I'm like, it's like white and black. So I got like little white.
Who's white? Who's white? No. But who's? I know you're a full nigger. I can tell. But who's white? Your dad's white. Are your mother and father still together?
No, but they still be talking. Like,
but they're not together. They're not married.
No.
And who raises you now? Who do you live with?
You know, they still live in the house.
Who do you live with?
Both of them.
They both live in the same house.
You know, they just don't like sleep in the same room.
But mama be fucking other niggers now.
Yeah, she be doing that sometimes.
Yeah, she a hoe and shit. She a hoe and shit.
Yeah, they both like.
Alright. Type shit, you know what I'm saying? Alright, you fucking nigger she-moons.
Alright.
White fucking power. I can't. I'm surprised they stood.
White man in search of a whitey.
Now, as far as I'm concerned, with some of these women, and them type of black women have some mental issues. Them type of black women you see in all these 3 videos have some serious mental insecure issues to put up with something like. And the last one definitely put up with something like that. And I don't know what is with our people. There's, we would say some stupid shit like that. It's like what Martin Luther King said. Don't judge a person by their color, but by the content of their character. Why can't we seem not to learn that? Why is it that that when you pick somebody for your mate, you should pick them based on rationality and have some common goals. You don't ever want to pick somebody specifically because of ethnic background. And we have this tendency to think that the first person of a different race that and we go all in. Some of us do. I've seen on the black women's side as well as black some black men I've seen do that. When I was, I can speak as on the male version of it. When I dated other women, some white women and other women, I didn't seem to think in my past time, I didn't care, and that was like not my priority to put down black women to get with and say, oh, I'm gonna go out there and look for a white woman, and then I get this sick warped mindset that all white women are going to take my advances. And it's sad that there are some black women that think that all white men are really into that. You see the extreme version of that last video. And when you get into a relationship with the butthole with the clown, and there's some black women with men like that he call them out their name. He used them terminologies. You just don't get it. I've never seen someone with that low self-esteem. There's no way I would could say that and date a white woman, and I don't care how pretty she is. I don't care. And speaking as a man, I would not deal with a racist white woman and that's for one thing. Number two thing, you have to realize that not all white people are the same. Not all white people are the same. What I mean by this, just because someone's nice to you, treats you good, friendly to you, don't mean that they want to take you to in the bedroom. Number one thing. Number two thing, there's the circumstances you have to deal with out there in society, because once you cross that line, and hopefully the people who they always associate with most of their life that look like them will take you in and treat you like one of their own. In some cases that happen. But with some of these women, it was more, because there are some interracial relationships that do work out. Few interracial couples have probably been married for a long time. But what I can say, and maybe the black women can probably, who are dating white men or married to other men, who have sense enough to don't have to put down their own men, but maybe they go to the characteristics of the man that they pick. These women didn't pick the characteristics of the man that they would pick, and they were too smart about it. And once you get over the fantasy, get over the honeymoon phase, it's a reality you have to deal with. And even though we're in America and we're multicultural in different places, it might be some people are multicultural, but in some places in America, people still harbor those feelings. And when they associate with the people, when you go among white people, listen to me good. Some might put on the face. They're gonna put, some of them friends will put on the face. But when you're the only one in the background, it can be very, very intimidating. And they'll put on the face, and all is well, love is love, but you better know what you're doing. And you better, that's why I say, hopefully in some cases, some people love you like family. With some people who are white, they don't mind you just being their friendly friend. That's true. But you're not technically not family. You're a friend. You could be even a good friend. You could be a good neighbor, but you're not them. I don't understand, and that's the problem with some of our people. Like I said, I have white friends, and like I said, I've never went to that extreme and say, "Oh, okay, if I get with a white woman, and all white women is going to do that." No, 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 no. When you leave, the work is going to be some discussion, and certain words that they wouldn't use in front of you. At least he's extreme with it, but that's their normal talk. Racist stuff, and it's passed down to, and you hear it among some of the kids. In some cases, if you get with the wrong white family, and I don't know why, something that dumbs us down, but really it's more like their character. It tells a lot about their character. So really the black men, the white men did them a favor, and it show all men, show that something wrong with something upstairs. Don't ever pick someone and assume, no matter what race of woman you get with, have the character. Don't think that all Spanish women, Asian women, white women are women. You just if you meet one nice person, it doesn't mean that everybody. If you're a black woman and you meet a nice Asian man or a nice white man, whatever, you just missed a nice that nice person that really can look past that. But not everybody can look past that. Not everybody can look past race. And even though we in a multicultural society in America, they would kind of play, they would put on the face, but but sooner or later the act will come down, and you're gonna see the real side of them. But with the case with these women, it was something already wrong, because it's not so much with the one that brags about her white husband, that one, the second video. You can see something just wrong with her. Let's just come out with it. It didn't matter any man, black or white, should just stay away from her, or any other man, any other race. Something ain't right. She don't know how to be a wife. She don't have wife qualities. That's the truth. She could barely probably be a mother. She was young and she's immature. The women on the video, that's on that last video, getting before the idiot with the clown face, it's something wrong, mentally wrong, when you hear black women talking like that. It's something deep rooted. It's something seriously deep rooted, and they're gonna see the same. And then if you go out there and meet a man who you despise because of this black man's character, you might end up attracting a white man with the same character as that black man. Just in case, within that one video, the guy wasn't doing nothing. He wasn't motivated. He wasn't really helping out. And you see what happened. And now she's stuck out there in Alaska. That's a character flaw. That's a character flaw. And hey, that's on her. She put herself in that predicament. AC is right. But at the same time, these are the kind of women, and you just heard, be online bashing black men. Black men need to step up. They need to do this and they need to do that. And then pretty much lump just about every black man in the same category. And say, well, I'm gonna go over to them. Them kind of women, let them women go to white men that got that dysfunctional mindset. And think that, and that's what I'm saying. For what? And really, you're doing a lot of black men a favor. Because it's like, look at your mindset. This is, and what black men, like white men and other men want, is someone that got, really, I got to live with the character of, like most men live with your character. See, after the fantasy of this man making 6 figures and the best job and provide and have to do all these things, then you meet that man. What is your character? You got to deal with next. What is that white man got? What is your character? What he got to see, as well as that black man, what is that Asian man, or whatever Hispanic or Arab or whatever man. So they see when some women say stuff like this, and particularly when it comes down to race, which you hear black women doing this most than other race of women. Yeah, and because black men didn't do this, you're the only group of women that's saying something simple like this, and you make yourself, and then you're gonna get very disappointed. And it's just because you have some type of insecurity. That's the only reason why. The ones that speak like that, but because if you're a comfortable black woman and you got a, there are some that are comfortable in their skin that they don't have to go through all that they just fell in love with their boyfriend or husband, that's fine. They're the ones that seem like they got some sense. They ain't got time to be worrying about coming in entertaining discussions. Let's say, for example, the woman. I can give you an example of a black woman that have a white husband, and the guy that played in Star Wars. He's the owner director. His wife is black. You don't see her on there putting down black men, because you know why? He loves it. They love each other. What comes down to, a lot of these black women don't know how to love. They never understand what love is. They don't understand. And then it's sad that you have to put down men that in your own culture that you grew up with just to get with the other person. If I was going to get with another woman of a different culture, which I've been with, I have never sat down and said, "Oh, you all black women this or all black women that." No, it's just that, hey, it was a certain. I just met the woman based on her character and the chemistry and everything. It has nothing to do with that. It's the people who see that it's something insecure in them, and sometimes it worked out, and sometimes you grow different, like most people in a relationship, and you move on. But you got to stop with this nonsense. It really looks embarrassing. I mean, if I would date or marry a Filipino or Spanish one, whatever, I'm not got to put down black women. It's just that, hey, it's the characteristic of the woman, because that is in that woman. If it's happened to be a black woman, it's a black woman. But you don't, when you put race into it, it doesn't matter. It's the because once you get past that, the physical beauty, the attributes and all that, you still got to deal with that person. And I don't know why some people make that this interracial thing. That's the reality, and then it's a cultural thing, and not everybody. Now when you go into some foreign families, it could be the same way, like you deal with the white family. They might they like you, they tolerate you, but they got to put on a face. They got to put on an act, but they really don't like you, and they prefer for their loved one to pick someone of their own culture. And they don't want to say that, but they'll kind of weave around it, And there's some people that don't. But let me state this for a record. If you marry someone outside your race, a black woman, just as well, it can go for a black man. Don't think that everybody, just because a few white people was kind and nice to you, every white person is going to be like that. No, they don't. Not every white woman wants to get with me. No, they don't. No matter what. If I'm built like King Kong in between my legs. No, because there is a cost that come with it when it comes to majority of the society out here, and then how they look down at us. Trust me, and even if I'm not in her presence, she's got to go through some things. That white woman would have to go through something, and you got to think about it. And it's just saying, and for black women and with the white men, he has to go through some things. It may not affect him as much, but trust me, when you go into a mainstream, predominantly white society, you'll see what I'm talking about. People can put on an air, put on a face, but when something comes down to simple as this, their true nature come out, and all of a sudden it slips out, and you say, "Dang, where did this come from?" It was there. It was there. Some people don't tell you these things, and they don't want to come back and tell their boyfriend or their husband or whatever. But black people, any black person hearing this, don't do that. Please, if you're a male or female, do not think that all white people is all this. No. You meet the character of the person. You just met a good person, a good few people, but not all people are the same, and not all would be in agreement with your relationship. Trust me, they put on a face. They will put on a face. I have been around some white people that I thought they was cool. When I got among them, some of them really lit that person up and didn't care if I was in the room. Oh my God, because how could you, I'm disappointing you, and say some little dumb stuff like that. And don't think that them men's families didn't do the same thing. But they ain't saying they let them be what they be. But you see how they offer him money? They offer him to leave her. So no matter, even though they see black people on TV, they can see black people in music store, they can dance to your music, they can love you in sports, and maybe do a quickie in the bed. But it don't mean it could be a long-term relationship. It's a whole different way. And if you do pick up somebody, they have to be strong. And hopefully they love you really. They have to show you that they're not like that. Because it's a different ball game when it comes to dating a white person. Trust me. Make sure you pick the right one by the character. So this is the lesson of this video. But I wish some black women, mostly black women that do this, and there might be some black women that said this about other one. Don't do that. Don't say that. Don't think that and put down all black women, and black women need to stop doing that to men. I've been around a lot of white people, and some of them, I've seen some ones they nice, some ones are friendly, but they got that limit. And when you get among them for a while, the nice face is gonna show. They're gonna show who they really is. I'm trying to tell you, don't do that. Don't cross out your people. I understand some of our people some of us has said some things to us, and we say some things, but hey, this is America, and because when you step away from the people that look like you, you're gonna find out what I'm telling you is the truth in some form or fashion. But that last video was extreme. That's how they talk and joke among each other like it's nothing when it comes to being among us. And if you ain't got a person that will stand up to you, stand up and say, "Hey, I don't want," and disassociate with themselves, and they kind of laugh and leave with, "Oh, that's just Jerry. Oh, that's just Brad. He's just messing around," and they don't stand by your side, tells a whole lot. But I think black women need to stop doing that. You look bad doing this. If you pick the character, you don't have. If that's what type of man you want, pick the character, and just stay over in that lane. And if when you do, you need some serious counseling. Really. If you're thinking like that, that's pretty extreme. So, but to the ones who don't think like that, this don't apply to you. If your fiance is white, whatever, it is what it is. But I'm telling you from experience, the grass ain't green on the other side. Watch. Don't get so caught up with the looks and with the fantasy, because there's a reality. Even though we're in 2024, it haven't changed. Just remember that. Take care. Be blessed. See you on next video.